When I was making yesterday's video, I knew that it would be well received, and I'm glad that people are enjoying that analysis. I just want to say, hey, that bullish reversal is not confirmed yet, and I think that's really important to remember. Don't get overly excited on my part. I want to talk about what I'm looking for moving into tomorrow morning and what my trades are going to be, and then a thought I had about the capital asset pricing model. And if you're noticing my audio quality is different, it's because I got a soundboard, I got a Yamaha MG10XU, and a new mic with a boom, an arm, so I spent some gains on myself. And let's get into the analysis. Here we have it. This is a descending scallop. You can see that here pretty clear. I went over that on Friday. I'll just go over it again since I have so many new followers from that video yesterday. So I use Wachowski's chart patterns to do my TA, and it's incredible. The website I'm using is thepatternSite.com, and I'm going to run through how I generate these price targets with the information provided here. So the descending scallop, you can see there's a picture here. It's pretty clear what's going on over here on the left hand side. It's the same thing. Now these identification guidelines are big. These are big, especially when it comes to timelines or targets specifically that need to be reached in order to confirm patterns. It's all going to be there in the guidelines, and it's incredible. So the price trend is usually downward leading to the pattern. I mean, okay, yeah, in the last 2 days that was technically a downtrend, right, coming off of a high. So the shape of the descending scallop looks like the backward letter J. Find two peaks with a rounded valley in between and the left peak higher than the right one. So we don't have a peak yet, right? That probably will be easy to get tomorrow morning. I can see if the morning starts with a little dump, right? And maybe we test yesterday's low. Okay, that would make nice tweezers on the daily candles. And it would be pretty bullish if the price could close above that point. So what I think I'm going to be looking for tomorrow is actually a bullish breakout of this descending scallop, and that would be less likely, and that's because you can see here the breakout confirmation has a note that the pattern breaks out downward 78% of the time. So this is going to be a generally bearish pattern, and we're probably looking for a continuation from the breakout of this this triangle we had, this little pennant, not a triangle, it's a pennant, and you can draw it however you want. I thought maybe that the back here, this was an overextension, and it was actually that the pennant was more formed along these lines, and that makes a lot of sense. Clean breakout down. So, I mean, let's talk about measured moves down. You have a big push lower, a corrective phase, and then once the price moves below the support level from that initial decline, that would confirm it, and you're looking for a move of equal height to follow. So that first move down, take that height, and you just apply it to the top of that corrective phase, and that would be your price target on measured move down, right? So like 1016. Okay, 1016 is where this looks like it wants to go, and that would be if you had a full extension of that measured move down. But we're looking at a scallop at the moment, or at least that's what I'm going to be looking for tomorrow morning with that morning dump. Not a dump, but you know how it goes at open lately. So let's go ahead and do our analysis here. The measure rule is going to help us generate a price target, and we're going to find the overall height of the pattern, and we're going to multiply it by the percentage meaning price target. And we're going to add that price to the right peak for upward breakouts, or subtract it from the bottom for lower breakouts. So that percentage meaning price target is up here. You can see that I have it highlighted. So it's going to be 52% for an upward breakout and 34% for a downward breakout. So I haven't done this. I decided just to do this on the video. Just I figured people might want to see this. So with a high of 1335 and a low of, what is that, 1143, we have $1.92, and then we're going to multiply that by 0.52, and that's going to give us our percentage mean price target to add to the top of the pattern. And see, we need that peak to form, that second peak to form, before we can really say it's a scallop. But we're going to assume that Friday's close had that peak, and that high was at 1203. So I'll be adding that to 1203. Let's see here. 1203. And so 1302 would be our price target for that descending scallop. I'm going to go ahead and put that down. Did I grab the right tool? Let's just do this. And let me just zoom out by double clicking when I didn't mean to, and edit properties. I like to label everything. It's really important that you label your charts and these lines. I used to not label them, and it was regretful because you want to know what that line was because it might be important later. So this is a scallop target. This is scallop target at this price, which we're going to round up to 1303. Reduce that line width. Okay, there we go. That's the first target for that scallop. If we get an upward breakout, if we can get a peak to form and then a breakout and up, that would be nice. Looking to go a little higher tomorrow. The downward percentage median price target is going to be 34%. So we need to find the height of that pattern once again. 9984 and yeah, I just use the whole number. I don't want to bother with saying, hey, I rounded this and then blah blah blah. I just want to do this. Okay, so 30. So that's not going to be a big dump, right? So I need to subtract this. I make it negative and then say add it to the low. That way I have to out and press as many buttons. 1143. 1143. We got 1109. That's, see, this isn't too bad, is it? Let's copy that. I'm gonna put it down. Duplicate. Edit. And we'll just put the price in there. Put it on the board. And that would be a little lower than yesterday's low. So should the price start to move down below that low from yesterday, that would be the target I'm looking for. And if the price makes a dump but then bounces off that lower level, I expect to see it rise to here. Now this is important. The confirmation for that downward breakout is going to be the bottom of that pattern right here. i.e., if we get a double bottom, then we're probably going to hit the top of the scallop target here, and we're going to form a nice double bottom. Fancy that. But if that level gives out, then the price would most likely move down to this lower target. And that's kind of how Bulkowski's analysis can be applied pretty practically. We're essentially saying, we're asking what happens if we approach yesterday's low and fail or bounce. And these targets are going to help me figure out exactly where that is. Now, in the event that, you know what I gotta do? This is driving me crazy. I gotta color these lines. If it's going down, it's gotta be red. It's gotta be red. Okay, and I don't actually want these to be green. Let's make them orange. I don't like consolidation patterns. I don't like orange. Boom, there you go. Okay, that looks good. So, should we see an upward breakout of the downtrend, that could lead to higher upside too, right? So let's just identify our short-term downtrend. Here's a peak right here. Okay, there we go. So this is a 2-session downtrend. You can see we had a hit here. This is what sets that downtrend. And downtrends tend to appear in this 1, 2, kind of a bouncing kind of a sort of a way. Sometimes they can extend more, but it's pretty rare. I mean, we saw it within this downtrend, we saw it a lot. But that was on a 1-minute chart. So, and this just looks systematic. This was nuts. This was kind of crazy to watch. I mean, I expect this to generate a lot of upward momentum on Monday open. I do, but I'm not going there. I'm thinking that we're going to come down and test that low. That's what makes sense because we're technically in a downtrend still. Remember that. We're still in a downtrend. I'm going to go ahead and make that red and turn this on. Yeah, you can see that breaking through this trend line is going to have to happen before we can see this target reached. So this target, if this target is reached, then we're saying we're attempting a breakout of this downtrend. And it's not a very big downtrend. And a way to measure a price target off of a downtrend is you just take the height and apply it to the breakout price. Right? And that would take us back up to, oh, look at that. The start of that downtrend. And then we'd be looking for a double top. Asking, hey, are we in a double top, or is this like a really, really super small micro right-angled and descending broadening formation or something like that? Nonetheless, I think that, yeah, the upside potential for tomorrow is probably not super high. It's probably up towards the low 14s. And on the downside, I want to say it's that $11 area. But if it keeps going further, it's like what's left for support along that reversal is right here. Could be 1053, and if we lose 1053, well, then 970 is going for a test, and I don't think 970 is going to be providing a whole lot of support. I think that there is still potential for a bearish downside here, After all, we see that this is the beginning of our corrective trend from the big dump, right? Through here. And this broke. All right, that broke, and now we're having a downtrend. But this does look corrective. This does look corrective. It looks like a measured move down, but upside down. And if that's true, then it gets a little more exciting, because I'm just going to be duplicating this trend line length and applying it to the breakout price and saying, hey, if we do get a full measured move up, we're looking like we're coming back up to what, $16? I've been saying that. So I mean, the bullish reversal is building itself. It is building itself. I'll be damned if it happens like this. I mean, this would be awesome. If we do see this Monday morning, that's like a huge signal, right? And then basically, you know what's probably going to happen at that point. Okay, there's too many lines here. I'm going to do it anyway. We're probably going to go into consolidation. If the price makes a big wild move like that on Monday, I would give it, I don't know how much I'd bet on it. But then we'd have an amazing this would be maybe a triangle. It has to be 3 weeks long to be a triangle. I don't know how many weeks it would be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5. Yeah, we could probably call it a triangle, an ascending triangle, and then I'd be looking to analyze that pattern. So let's just do some more speculation here. If there is a big push up, you know, I can see something like this going on where we hit that high and we pull off of it. We form this nice handle before we break out up and continue this uptrend. So if this doesn't happen, this is what I'm looking for bullish reversal right here. Okay, but otherwise it's not looking great. Like seriously, yeah. Ouch. So I just wanted to get this video going, share my analysis, what I'm looking for tomorrow, what my price targets are for that selling scallop, because that's when I'm going to be trading, and I will report back tomorrow after the trading day and say how I did and if I entered a trade, because you never know, I may not. And happy trading.